Hi, and welcome to my channel, Lisa's Easy Cooking, where cooking is a breeze and fun. So it's been about 2 weeks. I've been off the grid for a little while, taking care of some family business, and I'm back now. And I'm happy to say that I have some more subscribers, and it's been wonderful. And we're going to go through this journey together and learn how to cook these wonderful, flavorful, and very easy recipes. So today I'm going to bring you some steak, some potatoes, and some asparagus, and it's actually going to do it all in one pan. Simple, I promise you. It's so easy to make and it's so flavorful, and you're going to love it. So for those of you who are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. And for those of you joining back, thank you for coming back, and let's get started on the recipe. Okay, so let's go over some of the ingredients so we can have everything right at our fingertip. So you're going to need some olive oil, you're going to need some Worcestershire sauce, and you're going to need a little bit of sweet chili pepper sauce. That's up to you, that's optional. And we're going to use some minced garlic, some slap your mama, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, and we're going to use a little bit of parsley for the potatoes. And for the herbs, you're going to use some oregano. You can chop it fresh if you like. I didn't have any on hand, so I'm going to use what I have. And I have some thyme and a little bit of basil. And so, of course, some black pepper and a little bit of salt, which I'll grab. Okay, so what I did, I took the liberty of slicing up these yellow potatoes. I love them. They cook very easily. I washed them and pat them dry. And then I cut up my asparagus in like little 3 parts, just a little bit to toss in there to get that vegetable that we need daily. So I popped these up in 3s and I washed them. And I actually seasoned my meat earlier today, and I want to show you what it looks like. I sliced it up just the long way. Took a piece of beef, and it could be any type of beef that you like, and I sliced it up. It's like this. I sliced it up just little slices, and I tossed, and I have all the ingredients at the bottom. I tossed in a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, salt and pepper, a little bit of sweet chili sauce, and I forgot to show you, but I did toss in a little bit of soy sauce in there. And I just topped it off with a couple of seasons like onion powder and garlic powder. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on the potatoes first. Okay, while the butter is getting a little bit hot, I put a little olive oil in there, and I'm going to squish some butter around. While that's heating up, let's go ahead and season some of the potatoes first. I'm just going to throw a little bit of garlic powder, just a little seasoning in. You don't want them over seasoned. You don't have to. I have another recipe that I'm going to put together that you actually, when I do my potatoes and onions, you're going to love that too. Just a little bit of slap your mama. If you've been working with me, and I just put a little bit of paprika. I don't put a whole lot in here this time because I like I say, I have another recipe where I literally just cook potatoes. So a little onion powder, and I'm going to add some of my oregano. And then I'll add a little bit of parsley. Actually, a little bit of thyme, and then I'll add my parsley. Okay. Then I'll add a little bit of parsley. Didn't make a difference. Okay, just gonna maybe flip these around, and then we're gonna cook them. Just in that butter is getting hot, nice and brown there. And there we go. You're gonna cook them, just toss them in there. I promise you, they're gonna come out great. And then we're gonna take them out. And actually, when they get almost done, because it takes a little bit longer for potatoes to cook, I'm gonna go ahead and drop that asparagus in here. And I promise you, it's gonna work out just fine. So once it gets try to get them all. Don't have too many in your pan. Try to get them all. I think the pan is evenly on here. There was one time that I was cooking and it wasn't actually centered. Should be good now. Get them turned in there, and then you can turn them, actually let them rest. Let them just sit. But right now I want to get a little bit of butter on all of them. You can cut them however you want them. I like the way I cut them this time. I work with them different ways of cutting them, but I want to get every one of them flat on the skillet. They can cook evenly. And you're going to let them sit and cook. I turn it up a little bit. And then we're going to cover them. Then we're going to let them cook for a minute and turn them over. And then we're going to throw the asparagus in there. And it will be done with that. We're going to set those aside and cook the steak for maybe a couple minutes. And we'll be done. Easy. I'll be right back in a couple of seconds. Okay, let's see what we got here. I've turned it a couple times. And it looks delicious. All right, there we go. That's what I like to see. Look delicious. Okay. So, but when I first initially put them in there, I let them rest to get like that good charcoal on one side. Now that they're almost done, this is when I throw my asparagus in. Just I put a little bit more butter in. Then I throw my asparagus in. Right there. For a little bit more. I don't saturate it because I can use this part for my steak. And I just throw them right in there. Right there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All in one pan. You just roast them up and get all that great flavor on it. And then I throw a little bit of, this is all in one pan. This is so simple. Throw a little salt and pepper on them. Over the whole thing. There you go. A little bit of garlic over them. I love my garlic on my asparagus. That was onion powder. Now I'm going to put a little bit of garlic. I think I have some onion powder here. I don't know if I did. Then I put a little bit of minced garlic in here just to get it going, because they're gonna cook pretty fast. So I just stir them. I don't want them to be too soft. I want them to have that crunch to them. Then I turn my potatoes, make sure they're not sticking, and then I'm gonna take them out and let the asparagus cook. I wanted to get all that flavor on there. Look how beautiful these potatoes look. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get them out. Looks so good. And we're going to throw it all back in that pan. Once we get that meat going, we're going to just stick them all back in there. All right, buddies. All right. Turn it down just a little. There you go. I'm cooking for 3 this time. My daughter's coming home for a little while. Just a visit. So she loves steak and potatoes. That's a lot of potatoes. All right, look how delicious that look. Let's get these going. Get them all cooked up in here. They don't be too long. These don't take but a minute to cook here. Get them all cooked up. Oh yeah. Then we're gonna throw that steak in there. Make sure this pan is nice and hot, because it only takes a couple of minutes for that steak to cook. And we're gonna toss everything back in there. Oh yeah, beautiful. Put the rest of that butter in there. Look at that, balancing 2 things. Look how good you are. There you go. right. Oh yeah. You can top it off however you want it, or you can just leave the seasonings that we put on. You can squeeze a little bit of lemon in here, dress it up the way you want it. You know, this is your meal. You can taste it as you go along and see if they're nice and crunchy. Still have that nice, beautiful crunch to it. Let's see. Still crunchy, but let's just cook it a little bit longer, not too long. Turn up just a little bit because we want to make sure this pan is nice and hot for that steak. Like I say, the way to start this meal off, chop that steak, throw those few little seasonings in there, sit it in the refrigerator and get started on these potatoes. It won't take you but a second. They'll say, is the food done yet? Yes, it is. In about 5 minutes. Okay, I think my asparagus is nice and ready. All right. So I'm going to put it, actually I'm going to put it right back in my same pan, my same bowl that I took it out of. We're going to dump all of these together. All right. Just take them all out, put them in there. And that pan is all nice and hot and ready for your steak. And it's steak's gonna go really quick because it's already cut in small pieces. Okay. Nice and ready. All right. Got 2 things ready. Okay. All right, let's put a little bit more butter in here for the steak. Nice and hot, I can see it. Oops, I think I left one in here. All right, get that squished around. All right, nice and hot for the steak. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna lay them in there. See how they're all cut in small pieces? It won't take long at all for them to cook. I want them all in there. A lot of us eating, 3 of us, gonna be. All right, then pour the rest of that juice in there. Don't waste it. Pour it on in there. All right, and this is where I pour a little bit of oregano, a little bit of thyme, okay. A little bit of slap your mama, not too much because we did marinate it. And there we go. Let's just throw a little bit of, let it char on one side. I like to put a little bit of, you could have put this in a bowl, but I like to put this just a little bit in there. So when once I get that down and I turn it over, it'll get all that garlic taste. Just a little bit here and there, a little bit over here. You can actually mix this in a bowl and make it easier. All right, smells so good with that seasoning. It's not gonna take long. All right, let's cover it up. Give it a couple minutes. Okay, it's been cooking for approximately 5-6 minutes. And I slowed the temperature down, and I wanted to show you what she did. Look at this meat. Look how beautiful it is. Oh my goodness. What I'm going to do is turn it back on just for a moment. And I'm going to put the potatoes, everything back in here. I want to get a little juice on top of that. Looks so good. Look how beautiful they are. Look at that. It's gorgeous. And I'm going to put the potatoes just like maybe right there on the corner here. Show you how you only use one pan, literally. One pan. Look at that. Put all of that in there. And I'm going to put my asparagus right in there as well with it. Right on the side. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. One pan meal. And I promise you, it is scrumptious. So, let's get a little bit of the plate in the plate. Oh, that piece looks cute. And get a couple of potatoes. Maybe a little bit of asparagus. I love asparagus. Let's taste it. I'm going to add a lot more. Well, actually, I'll just add it right now. Get all that juice on there. Oh my gosh, that looks so scrumptious. These potatoes. They've been soaking, laying down there, soaking in that good old juice. Oh my gosh. And a little bit of asparagus on the side. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That looks delicious. I'm going to put the lid back on here. Wipe this out for you. And I'm going to show you what we have here. Oh my goodness. Look at this plate of food. Absolutely delicious. And I'm going to cut it. Ah, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, and it cuts so easy. Oh, with that, I want a little bit of potato in there. Come here, little guy. I know you don't want to be eaten, but time is of the essence. I'll grab some of that. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera up a little bit so you can see what's going on here. There you have it. One pan meal, sliced steak, and asparagus and potatoes all in one pan. Their seasoning is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Can't go wrong. Marinate your meat first, put it in the fridge for about an hour, and I promise you, it will turn out delicious. With a potato, a little bit of asparagus. Oh, that crunch is perfect. Thank you for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel for some more of these wonderful, easy, breezy meals. Till we meet next time, bye-bye.